Hi, I'm Dr. Scott Jensen, and I'm going to be the next governor of Minnesota. And when I am, I'm going to be leaning into people who have subject matter expertise. People like Rich Stanek, who's been the Hennepin County Sheriff, who's been in the legislature, who has devoted his life, if you will, to protecting the people. But Rich, I got a question for you because I just don't understand all the intersections and all the protocols. But I'm confused. With all that we've been through over the last 2 years, why is it that we proactively have the National Guard involved with security at something like a Super Bowl event, but yet what we've seen over the last 2 years and what we've heard from Governor Walz, it's as if the National Guard doesn't have a role. Can you help me understand that?
Yeah, I think there's it's a great question. I think there is a lot of confusion. I mean, the National Guard absolutely has a role. Usually they are last resort, right? When you have floods, tornadoes, natural man-made disasters, and you need static assistance, you request the National Guard. They're really good at that. They're well trained for that. They've got the equipment and the personnel. When you talk about like the 4th of July and mischief and mayhem, you've already got things out of control. There are plenty of mission sets that the National Guard could have done on the 4th of July in the city of Minneapolis to assist Minneapolis police and keep law and order. Not out patrolling and answering 911 calls, but static positions, putting them at intersections or key locations across the city to curtail that violence and the mischief that happened. For the governor to say, well, they're not really trained, that isn't their mission set. Come on, we've been doing this for several years now.
So we have this July 4th, one more explosion of lawlessness. What is your take in terms of how many calls came in, how many officers run? I mean, you probably know more about that than 99.9% of the people in Minnesota. Were we ready for July 4th?
We weren't ready. I mean, they had well over 10,000 911 calls come in. They probably had 80 to 100 police officers working in the city of Minneapolis. Maybe some additional resources from the state patrol and or Med Transit police, but woefully inadequate to cover what they knew was going to be an extremely busy night. Again, I worked in Minneapolis for 25 years. We all know New Year's Eve and the 4th of July are going to be extremely busy, chaotic, and it's easy for things to get out of control. You know, several people got shot and wounded, probably lose their lives as a result of the July 4th mischief, not festivities, mischief. And who's accountable for that?
Folks, you're hearing the voice of someone who's been there, who's devoted 38 years to public safety. What we've been seeing is Governor Walz freeze. We saw him freeze in 2020 with the riots in terms of getting the National Guard out in the streets and helping. We saw him freeze when he said, we'll give up the 3rd Precinct building, not recognizing that it's a symbol of lawful behavior. And we saw him freeze when he said to the demonstrators, I'm going to have the State Patrol stand down. You can go ahead and tear down the Christopher Columbus statue. And now within the last week, we've seen Governor Walz once again freeze when it came pivotal time for leadership to step forward. We didn't see that happen. I ask you in all earnestness, think about it. Is this the path Minnesota wants to be on?